face of the brand. Not only are people kind of open to criticizing my work now, but they can also criticize my appearance.
Just because the nature of your job is just scrolling channels and doing kind of quote unquote research, it feels like you're always on, you're always trying to look for the next trend, you're trying to improve yourself, and so it can be very overwhelming just being on your phone all the time.
It can also be hard then to shut it off when you need to shut it off.
I would say the average, for a manager is probably 60 to 70K. And I think they should be making way more. I think realistically they should be making upwards of 80K, depending of course the brand size and the company. But I do think a lot of social media positions are underpaid, and even just the notion of social media jobs are kind of seen as interns.
I think it should be valued the same as any other marketing position. When you look at the skills that we're doing on a day-to-day basis, it's copywriting, creative direction, customer service, really.
I think social media managers should make upwards of $100,000 a year, which maybe some people will gawk at, but when you look at all the different facets of the role, they're doing strategy, oftentimes they're doing content creation, they're creating these graphics, they're working with executives, explaining their strategy, and they're the face and the voice of your company.
There's always a purpose to every post that we do, and I think that's another thing that people don't realize. They think we're just posting for fun, and even if we have a fun post, we still are posting it for a reason, and we want you to take something away from it.
I'd love to see job descriptions be a little bit more specialized, having social content creators, social graphic designers, social listening or analytics roles, and even just somebody for community management.
I think ideally, companies will start separating social media managers. Instead of being one social media manager for 6 different platforms, it'll be a social media manager for each specific platform. And then I also think there will be that content creator role kind of sitting on that team, whether it's a social media manager or somebody that has made a full-time career out of content creation. So I think we'll see companies really start to embrace and realize how important social media marketing is, and they will hire teams that can appropriately handle the amount of work that actually goes into it, instead of just assigning 15 different roles to one person and calling them a social media manager.
The one piece of advice would be to give yourself a lot of grace. I think there can be a lot of pressure when working in social, just because everyone has so many opinions, everyone thinks they can do your job, everyone has ideas, and it can be very overwhelming at times.
You're never gonna know everything. Even when you think you have everything figured out, you don't, and there's gonna be something new to learn. Algorithms change and trends change. And so I think the more tips we know from each other, the better.
Support each other.
Support each other, yeah. We all can learn.